Hello friends, let's today focus on some spinal cord exercises. Let's start with some like a mild flexibility exercise. So let's start with butterfly. So sit down and open up your legs like a butterfly and bring your feet very close to your pelvic area and start fluttering your legs like a butterfly. So do this for 2 minutes. So this kind of give you a complete relaxation and the flexibility around your pelvic area and your hip area. So because we are focusing on spinal cord exercises that alleviates the back and the neck pain primarily. So those who are struggling with neck and back pains could start doing this exercises in this video presented today. So these are specifically focused on the spinal cord of the body. So yeah, we're going to do some hip opening kind of exercises, and so that kind of helps you to start the exercise in a gentle way. So yeah, just do this butterfly for about 2 minutes. Probably if you want to count, maybe up to 120 seconds, or if you want to just do as much as possible, you probably focus on the movement. Just breathe normally and just focus on your movement until you find the flexibility and the relaxation in the pelvic area. You can actually stop. So the next exercise is a hip opening exercise. So we are going to hold the right leg first and hold it like a baby in the hand, like a cradle. So build a cradle and hold your leg like a baby and rock. So rock from this end to the other end, but make sure the other leg is attached to the floor and it's not moving your body, so you actually can feel the flexibility around your hip area and your stretch around the thighs area. And you can actually do this for 2 minutes. So this kind of opens up your hip bones. So this allows you to perform your spinal cord exercises in a much more better fashion. So that kind of eases the spinal cord exercises. So this is one of like a preliminary exercise that your yoga teachers would insist you to perform, because this kind of helps you to build your other exercises pretty easily. So those who cannot hold their legs to this height, that's absolutely fine. So just hold your legs like how you hold your baby as much as possible as you can. If it's only lifted up to a few inches from the floor, that's fine as well, but just try to hold your leg like a baby, build a cradle around your legs and rock. So breathe normally during this entire process, and just normal breathing is sufficient. So don't worry, and focus on your lower spine of the body and see if that is stretching, and relax and pull your left leg and do the same. Repeat the same on the left side and for 2 minutes. Make sure your body is not moving too much. So you open up your hip, or that can happen only if your other leg is static and fixed to the floor. So try to push the leg against the floor and just keep it static, so you can actually move the left leg to the left and open up that hip joint. So feel how you get the stretch in your lower back. Relax now. So next we are going to do the cat and the cow pose. So go to the position where you're legged with all hands and legs on the floor. So as you can see, keep your fingers aligned together, not wide open, but then keep them close to each other, and bring your head down and lift your spine up, and then exhale. And then inhale, spine down, neck up, and inhale. So don't hold the breath. So inhale and exhale. So just do this pose and stretch your legs. So do this for the right first and then do it for your left next. So bring your legs close to the knee and stretch upwards. Yeah. So you feel the stretch on the whole left side of the body. So the next is you do the same. So bring the spinal cord down and up. So this is the one full cycle. Yeah. So do this one full cycle. So second cycle again you do this. So bring your neck down, spine up, exhale. And then inhale, spine down, neck up. Don't hold the breath. And then inhale, exhale and close the, bring the knee close to the head. And then inhale, bring the leg to the top and the neck up. And then exhale. Exhale with your knees close to the head. Do this on your left. Inhale, neck up and legs up as well. So do not hold any breath. So just inhale and exhale in this exercise as much as you can. Just stretch and then exhale, neck down, spine up, and spine up, spine down, and neck up. So come to the neutral position. So this is your second cycle done. So we're going to do one more cycle, the third cycle. So do it now. So start one, neck down, spine up, exhale. Number two, neck up, spine down, inhale. And then bring your knees and the neck and head close to each other, exhale. And then neck up, legs up, inhale. So this is number 4. And then exhale on your left. Bring your left knees close to your head and bend your neck. And then inhale, neck up, legs up. And then exhale, bring your neck down, spine up. And then inhale, neck up, spine down. So whenever you're looking up, inhale. Whenever you're looking down, exhale. That's the thumb rule. So doing it on one side of the side each will activate the sun and the moon in the body. So you get the balance on the left and the right side of the body. So make sure when you do it on the right, you feel the whole strength on the right, and when you do it on the left, whole strength on the left. Yeah. The next one is, cross hand and leg position. Stand in this position and feel the stretch on your back. So this is one of the beautiful exercises for your back. So those are having lower back pain or any back pain, so this will alleviate the pain. So hold your right hands out, support with your left hand, and then with alternative leg. So if your right is stretched out, your left leg is stretched out. So you can see it's a diagonal. So you stretch that way. So you can actually feel the stretch on the entire spinal cord on your back. So hold as much as you can, 10 to 20, 30 seconds. If you can't, just relax in this position. So you can do as many as possible. So as you can do this again in multiple times, maybe at least minimum do it for like 3 times. So this is the second cycle. So do it on your, stretch your left hand and your right leg and support using your right hand. Hold it for like 10 to 30 seconds, as much as you can, and then relax. Now support with your left hand, open up your right hand and open up your left leg and stay there for 10 to 30 seconds or as much as you can. So breathe normally during this exercise. You don't have to hold breath. So just breathe in normally. Normal breathing in, out. Relax now. So one more time. Just do this on, stretch your left hands and right leg and stay there for a few seconds or as much as you can. You can feel the whole spine has been strengthened and elongated and stretched. As you can see, one leg and the one arm which is in the opposite side, diagonal side of the body that goes out, kind of pulls in your spinal cord and stretches them and elongates them. So you actually feel so much relaxed on your back, by doing this exercise. So if you are tired, just take a few seconds breath in that position. And the next one is stretch your right hand out and support your body on the floor like this and move your other hand up facing the sky and you feel the stretch. So this way the shoulder blade is aligned as well. As you can see, you're pushing the right side of the shoulder by using your body, and you can feel the stretch on your shoulder blades. So do this on your other side. So rotate your arms to one side of the body and rotate your arms to the other side and feel the stretch on your shoulder blade. So this kind of pushes the shoulder, and stretches them, because you are sitting in the hunched position in the computer desk the whole day and working. So this kind of neutralizes or pushes the shoulder back to its normal position or the neutral state. So hold as much as you can and then relax. So now do a mountain pose, or the up downward dog pose. So just do this pose and pull your legs, pull your stretch your legs, and also stretch your neck and head as well, so you can actually feel like touching the floor. So try to bring your head down, so that kind of aligns the shoulder blades with your body, and also you can feel the good stretch on your shoulder and the upper back area. So this kind of strengthens your upper back and your shoulder muscles. So those who have severe neck pain, hand pain, shoulder pain, they would get so much relief on this. So you just feel like you're pushing the mountain, on using both the hands. So as you can see, and relax now. So you should breathe normally during this exercise. So go back again to the mountain pose and do a complete rotation of your shoulder blade and the body on your hips as well. So use your right hand so to support the hand, and you just twist your body and support using your both the legs. Twist your body, twist your shoulder blades, and take the other hand to the other side of the body, so you feel the complete stretch opening up your chest. So do this for the other side now. So support using your left hand and take your right hand to the other side of the body, twisting your shoulder blades and your hips and your legs, everything. As you can see, the whole body is being supported using just that one hand and the two legs, and the complete opening of your chest will actually open up your chest, and the shoulder blades are stretched and they are aligned as well. So this kind of gives you a complete relaxation for your back. So those who have severe back pain, neck pain, and shoulder pain, so they kind of get so much relaxed. It's mainly for the upper part of the body, your shoulder and upper part of the back area. So you can just stay there for a few seconds and then relax. Now sit down on your bum, pulling your legs out of the body. As you can see, I'm sitting on my bum and both the legs are out. If you can't sit in this position, that's absolutely fine. You can sit in the normal cross leg position and take your legs to your front and then do this massage, in having, your legs on your lap. Yeah. So keep pressing every single part of your feet at the bottom. As you can see, I've just started pressing from the big toe to all the toes one by one. Just keep pressing them. This is like an acupressure. So all the organs, internal organs of a body, they have been united together through the nerves and nadis and blood vessels and everything, right? So they all come together and get union here, in your feet. So by giving this pressure on your feet is kind of activating your internal organs, so giving them a little bit of massage or an activation. So this helps them to trigger and work efficiently, increase the blood circulation. Yeah. So just keep pressing your feet one area to the other area. So just go from left to right and then right to left again. So don't miss any part of the feet. Just keep going and try to apply the pressure on every single area of your feet. As you can see, I'm just going from left to right and then from right to left, from one end of the foot to the other end of the foot. As you go near the ankle area, so there you might have to press a bit more harder because the skin is a lot harder over there. So just try to give more pressure there. Whereas in the middle, where it's so gentle, so maybe give gentle pressure. So yeah, you should be able to do it yourself, so you can actually manage the pressure that you're applying on the foot. so it's manageable and tolerable. So don't overdo this. If you can't tolerate the pain, just reduce the pressure. So now I'm nearly covering the whole foot at the bottom. Now go to the sides and start pressing. As you can see, I can just applying the pressure on the side of the foot as well, on both sides. So now do it for the other side. You can use a whole, fingers, all the fingers, especially your thumb and your index finger, to apply the pressure. Now I'm applying the pressure on the ankle, area. So as you can see, on top of the foot as well. So as you can see, I'm applying the pressure just on top of the foot and then ankle and all those areas. You can also apply the same, pressure on your calf muscles, and also give the pressure. That kind of gives you a lot of relaxation and the blood flow as well. So just use your whole palm to do that on the calf muscle now. Just press using all your fingers as much as you can on the calf muscles. So just go from the top of the calf muscle till the end of the calf muscle near the ankle as well. So do this, acupressure, whenever you have some time, when you're sitting down and relaxing. Just do this any time of the day. It doesn't matter. You can do this along with your yoga routine, or you can just do this when you're bored or sitting and watching a telly, or sitting down and chatting with your family members, or just sitting down and doing nothing. You can just, do this. And this kind of gives you a lot of relief on your feet. So those are having difficulties to walk and pain in the feet should see a lot of benefits by applying this pressure on your feet and ankle and your calf muscle. So you use your finger, end of the finger, like index and thumb, to give that pressure. You can apply the pressure using the part of the fingers. So now just use the whole hands to just give a gentle massage and finish off. So now lift your bum a little bit and open up your chest. Put your neck down, neck open up, and support using your hands. And you can feel the full stretch on your upper back and shoulder muscles. So this kind of, opens up your chest and aligns your shoulder, because you're sitting in the hunched position in the table or near the computer and working all the time. So this kind of contradicts that movement. It opens up the chest, aligns the shoulder with the spinal cord, and it kind of eases the pain on your shoulder and the hands. So as you can see, I'm moving a little, my bum is lifted a little bit here. I don't think so you can see that very well, but lifting a little bit there gives you kind of a stretch. But if you can't, you can just sit down back. Do that lift, once in a while if you can, and give that pressure on your shoulder blade. So that kinds of, gives you the strength and endurance on your shoulder. So now go back to the neutral state, relax, and just get. Now keep your hands, in that position, and then inhale and then exhale when you move a sideward bend on your spinal cord. So do this sideward bend on your spinal cord on the other hand. So inhale and then exhale. Exhale as much as you can and bend your spine to your right. So do this for 3 times. Breathe in normally during this process. So this helps the spinal cord to be strengthened, to become flexible and supple. So this is sideward bend on your spine. So when you use your hands, just bring all the hands, fingers together and facing this way. As you can see, it's open and facing this way, and do this way. So yeah, hold there for a few seconds as much as you can and bring it to the neutral state. So do this for 3 times. Yeah. Now the next exercise is hold your hands like this on your wrist, and then do the same on your right. Hold the right hand and bend towards the left side. So you have to use the same and do it on the left side. So inhale and exhale. So when you go down to the position, exhale. So when you come back to the neutral state, inhale. Yeah. So now inhale, come back to the neutral state, and then exhale, and keep exhaling as much as you can in this spine twist position. And then inhale, come back to neutral state, and exhale, going back to the other side. So do this for one more time. So doing this on right and left makes 1 cycle. So do this for 3 cycles. As you can see, the whole spine is being twisted on the side, been stretched on the side. So now we are going to do Trikonasana. So you stand with the foot wider, open up your hands like this with all your fingers aligned together. Yeah, don't open up, just fingers aligned together, and then stand in this position. So use one hand to touch not the floor but as much as possible, and then see the other hand, and then bring it to 90-degree. As you can see, 90-degree in this position. Stay there for some time and bring your hands back to the top, and then look at your palms or the hands. So that kind of gives you complete stretch on your spinal cord and the neck, as you can see. So now inhale and then exhale when you come down, and then you do a normal breathing and stay there in normal breathing and look at your hands. So as you can see, your both hands are aligned and shoulder is open, chest is open, and your neck is actually twisted to one side and stretched. So now bring it to, now exhale and bring it to your 90-degree position, and then breathe in normally as well, and you can stay in this position as much as you can. And then again inhale, look up and see your hands. So feel the stretch on your hips, on your hands, on your shoulders, on your spine. The whole body is being so beautifully relaxed. So keep doing this for 3 cycles. So left and right completes 1 cycle. Whenever you go to the position where your neck is facing up, so you have to inhale, and then when your neck is down or neutral like this, you exhale, and then you can start breathing normally. So when you're staying in this 90-degree, you can just breathe in normally. So this Trikonasana helps to stretch on the hip. As you can see, the hip is completely stretched, your spine is completely stretched, your hands are stretched, your legs are stretched, the whole body is stretched in a different angle. So this stretch is so good, so important, to do this exercise when you have back pains, shoulder pains, and neck pains and hand pains. So these are all the pains related to each other. So you can't cure one thing, you have to cure them all together as a one bundle. So I have this all the pains because I work on the computers all the day. So I do the stretch basically to relax my whole body and the spine. So it's called Trikonasana. So you can refer to this in any Yogasana books and learn it much more in depth as well if you would like to. So as you can see, I'm not able to touch the floor, but I'm just touching as much as you can on the leg and supporting it. So this stretch is so great, man, so great. Come back to the neutral state and again do this on the right and the left. Keep doing as much as you feel, the stretch on your sides. So you need to move your neck up and see your hand, so that way there'll be a stretch. So when you bring it to this 90-degree, then you see in a neutral state, you can't look up. But when you bring your hands up to the sky, look up to the sky. So stretch your neck and head to look up. Your hands. So now just do a quick movement of the same. As you can see, I'm just doing a swing. Earlier we waited in those positions for like few seconds and stretched, but now I'm just doing a swing, like one stretch on the right and one stretch on the left with the hands open. So this way you get this 90-degree and also the full 180-degree hand stretched, both stretches, and you can do this quickly. You just feel so much relaxed doing this quickly because it kind of stretches the whole body and gives you that confidence basically. So just keep doing this like 10 times or whatever number of times till you're feeling relaxed and stretched. This also elongates the spinal cord, so that kinds of relieves the compression and the pain in the spinal cord discs. So now go back to the tree pose. So this helps you to see if your mind is stable. Yeah. So if you're struggling to stand, then that shows your mind is not stable. So take your right leg to your thighs, close to your pelvic area, and support it nicely. And then go to the Namaskar position and say Namaskar. And then look at an object in front of you and focus on that object. So that helps you to focus and stay on this position without any movement. So if you could stay there for a few seconds as much as you can, that's great. That kinds of implies that you are very good and focused and determined. So do it on the other leg now. So bring your left foot close to the pelvic area on your right thigh and go back to the Namaskar position and look at an object in front of you and get focused and stay there for a few seconds as much as you can. If you can do this, do this. If not, just try to build this exercise slowly, and once you're able to stand in this position with for few seconds without movement, that indicates that your body and mind union is great and you're so determined and you can achieve so many tasks that you want to perform in your life. That gives you confidence. But if you're struggling to get the balance, if your balance is not great, then that union is not happening. So you need to do more focusing and yogic practices. So the next exercise would be, we're going to practice Shurya Kriya, Shurya Namaskar. So let's start with Bhandas. So I'm going to do a full Maha Bhandas. I'll explain the Bhandas a bit later. So at the moment, I'm doing the full exhalation Mahabandha, with a neck lock, abdomen lock, and the anal lock. And stay there for a few seconds, as much as you can only. Don't stretch yourselves and relax. Now go to the Namaskar position. So with V-shaped toe feet, the feet is V-shaped and placed together with Namaskar position. Do breathe in normally. Take 3 breaths in and out. One cycle is in and out. So deep breathe in, deep breathe out. So Namaskar. And then bring your hands up facing the sky, chest open as much as you can. Just open the chest. The idea is to open up the chest and not to bend backward. So some people try to struggle to bend backward here and lose the balance. So that's not the idea. So if you can't stretch too much like this, it's absolutely okay. The idea is to open up both your hands upwards and stretch your chest, expand the chest so that the lungs can breathe in and take the full capacity of air. And then bring your forehead down, head down, and touch the toes. If you can't touch the floor, that's absolutely fine. Place your hands next to the legs and breathe in and breathe out. So breathe in when your necks are brought in towards close to the leg, and breathe out when it's open out. Open out. So do this for 7 counts. So that kind of helps you to relax the neck muscles. And then now sit down in this position with your hands both touching the ground, and take a normal breath up to 5 counts. No, sorry, 7 counts. So we do the Fibonacci series. So Namaskar 3 counts, and then we did the hands raised for 5 counts, and then we did this now for 7 counts. So Fibonacci series, yeah. And you do 7 counts of breath, yeah. And then now do the mountain pose and do the cycle again. So now do 3 counts, and then we'll do 5 again, and then 7. So that kinds of repeats. So Namaskar, this is the mountain pose. So where you push your head touching the floor. So make sure your shoulder muscle is stretched, and you feel the stretch on your shoulder blades, and your calf muscle is stretched, and your hip as well. And then go to the Ashtanga. No, to go to this Ashtanga position. So your chest touching the floor, both hands touching the floor, chin touching the floor, both knees touching the floor, and both toes touching the floor. So you can see this is an Ashtanga. So your stomach should not touch the floor, so it has to be raised, and your chin is touching. So how many parts are touching? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 parts touching the floor is called Ashtanga position. Now go to the cobra position and start exhalation, fast exhalation. So go to the cobra position, your hands and legs closer to the body, and then you just exhale to a fast exhalation, like so do a fast exhalation using your mouth, yeah, mouth open, and do the exhalation. Sorry, the nose exhalation. Sorry, through the nose exhalation, like that. So do the fast exhalation using your nose. So that kinds of excretes the toxins and builds the lungs capacity as well. So your hands should be closer to the body as your legs as well. So do this for 7 counts, and then push your hands against the floor and go back to the mountain pose again, and do this for 3 counts again. So your hands and legs feet should touch the floor as much as possible. If it's a little bit not touching, that's absolutely fine, but you will eventually get there when you practice the Surya Namaskar every day. If possible, close your eyes and perform this Surya Namaskar, then it becomes a Kriya. So you actually can focus your thoughts on each moments rather than eyes open. And then bring your right leg forward to this position and breathe in for 5 counts. So breathe in and out for 5 counts. Stay there, head facing the sky. So as much as possible, open up the neck up. Then bring the left foot as well closer to the right foot, and bend your neck and do an inhalation closer to the leg, and then exhale for 3 counts. Yeah, and then now go back to this position again and do this for 5 counts. So this time you're bringing in the left leg out. Stretch your neck facing up. This is like an athlete position, start position. When athletes want to take a go, so they go to this position, right? So that's a position. Go to the mountain pose again. Do this for 7 counts this time. So we're following this Fibonacci series. So each pose will take 3, 5, 7, and then again 3, 5, 7, like that. So do this mountain pose for 7 counts. So this time it's longest. So last time, the first cycle on the right side, we did 3 times, right? 3 cycles of breath. So this time when you've taken the left leg out, we're doing this mountain pose for like 7 breath counts. So it's 7 breath counts and not just counts. It's not 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a breath count. So 1 breathe in and 1 breathe out fully makes 1 count. Now go to Ashtanga position. So 8 parts of the body touching the floor: your chin, your chest, your hands, your knees, and your toes. Touching the body with your stomach lifted up. So your abdomen is not touching the floor, as you can see, and your head is not touching the floor either. So your head and abdomen is lifted up. So this is Ashtanga position. You stay there for 5 counts, and the 3 counts this time, and then go to Sashtanga position and do a fast exhalation through your nose like this. So like this, keep doing for 7 counts. So now lift your whole body up and go to the mountain pose again. And do this for 5 counts. Sorry, this time this is for 7 counts. Sorry, yeah. Then bring your left foot forward and do this for 5 counts. No, sorry, 3 counts. So 7, we just finished 7, now it's 3 counts. And then bring your right foot forward, bend your neck, bring it close to the head, and do inhale and exhale, moving your neck in and out for 5 counts. And open up your chest and arms and shoulders and stretch as much as possible. Don't worry if you can't stretch your back so much, that's okay. The idea is to expand your chest. So focus on expanding your chest and opening up your arms. That's the idea. So do this for 7 counts. And then bring your hands down and go to the Namaskar position and stay there for a few counts and relax. So before we started the Surya Namaskar or the Kriya, we exhale completely. This time you inhale, so move your neck up Inhale fully and bring your chin lock, and inhale fully and bring your anal lock. Don't do the abdomen lock when your air is full or the breath is full. So just do these two locks, your anal lock and your chin lock, in the order chin lock and the anal lock. Stay there as much as possible. Don't overstretch yourselves. So, and then relax and open up your chest. Open up your neck, and then the anal lock. Release both the locks and, exhale. So I'm doing this for one more time. So I'll explain this bandhas in a detailed fashion now. I'm going to explain the bandhas now. So what is a bandha literally means a lock. So that means you're closing off or blocking something. So there are three bandhas in our body. One is called the root lock or the root bandha, which is the Moola bandha. So it's called anal lock. The other one is called Jalandhara bandha, that is the throat lock. And the third one is Uddiyana bandha, which is the diaphragm or the abdomen lock, lifting of the abdomen. So why bandhas? So bandhas are very useful because they're very much uses the breathing techniques, and they're very much involves the chakras, which is the Muladhara chakra, which is the anal, which is near the anus, and the Manipura chakra, which is near your stomach or the diaphragm, and the Vishuddhi chakra, which is in your throat. So chakras are really very powerful, just because because this helps to channelize the energy in the body, and also moving the energy from the lower part of the chakra to the upper part of the chakra, to the crown chakra. But practicing bandhas can be very much challenging because it involves, holding the breath. So I would suggest watching the YouTube videos might give you an idea, but do not practice bandhas without any proper teacher. That's mainly because the way that the energy flow is being blocked and channelized is very very critical, because when the bandha or the lock is released, this causes huge energy to flood more strongly into the body with an increased blood pressure. So those that have blood pressure should be very careful and should never practice this without your teacher. So by releasing, by making a lock, you're creating a lock, so that actually momentarily stops the blood flow and increases the flow of fresh blood, in a specific way, and focuses on the, tightens the lock and channelizes energy. And when you release the lock after a few seconds, then actually this will flush the dead cells, old cells, or it also increases the flow of fresh blood into the body, and also channelize your energy through your chakras. So this kind of passes through the body in various ways, from to the brain, to the nadis and to the chakras. So it purifies the energy channels, it releases the blockages and exchanges the energy throughout the body. So it alleviates the stress and mental restlessness, and also brings inner harmony and balance. But it's not very easy as you think so, because it may be looking very simple technique, but if you don't practice it correctly, it might give you a lot of problems. So for example, if you do the chin lock, It can, when you release the lock, it can, cause a lot of blood flow under pressure, towards your brain. That might even cause hemorrhage or cerebral damages. So same way, wherever your your Uddiyana Bandha, where your abdomen lock releases, there are a lot of organs like liver, spleen, and then your kidneys and your adrenal glands. So these are the glands near your abdomen area, near the diaphragm. So they also get stressed. So same way, in your anal lock, you have those pelvic area, your bladders and other stuff going on there as well. So you need to be very careful and do not hold the breath more than your capacity. So practicing this just once a day might be more than enough to lead a normal life, because this will be more than sufficient to channelize your energy and bring that energy flow and the blood flow and flush out your you know toxins. So I would suggest don't do this more than like one bandha of each, which I'm going to tell you shortly how to perform that. But beyond that, if you want to do, you should be focusing on properly with your teachers and gurus, and only like if you're in the yoga path, then you can do this in a much more better fashion, controlling all the breath. Yeah. So let's just look at how to do this bandha, which is called the Mooladhara bandha. So Mooladhara bandha is basically, take a deep breath, hold your breath, place, your body, you can sit down and do it. Then you can place your hands on the knees, raise your shoulders and tilt your upper body slightly inward and do this. So concentrate on your Mooladhara chakra and firmly contract the anal muscles. So hold the muscular contraction and the breath as long as possible and comfortable. So with a long exhalation, return to the starting position. So breathe normally, remain in this position for some time. So this is Mula Bandha. And the second one I'm going to tell you is Uddiyana Bandha. So this is the locking the diaphragm. So completely exhale and hold the breath out. So don't breathe in. So use your mouth to exhale completely. So your body is completely void of air now. Now place your hands on the knees, raise the shoulders and tilt the body in slightly, keeping the back straight. And concentrate on your Manipura chakra and pull your abdomen muscles in and up into the abdominal cavity as far as possible. So hold this position as long as you're comfortable. Release the muscular tension and return to the starting position with a deep inhalation. So remain in this position for some time, and then we'll perform the Jalandhara Bandha. So this is your chin lock. So now inhale deeply and hold the breath. So sitting down cross-legged. So place the hands on the knees, shift the shoulders and tilt the body forward slightly, keeping the back straight. Now press the chin firmly against the chest or between your collarbones, so the windpipe and the esophagus or the foot pipe are completely closed. So now concentrate on the Vishuddhi chakra, which is your throat, and hold the breath as long as comfortable. Raise the head with a long exhalation. Return to the starting position. Now breathing normally, remain in this position for some time. So now we are going to perform a Mahabandha. So what is Mahabandha means? It's a practice of all these three bandhas at the same time, but in a specific order. So I'm going to tell you what is that order. So you do this first with the chin lock, and then your abdomen lock, and then your anal lock. So you do this with full exhalation. Don't inhale any air. So inhale deeply and exhale through the mouth. Hold the breath out. So you stay in complete exhalation. Place the hands on the knees. Raise the shoulders and tilt the body up, body fly slightly forward, keeping the back straight. So now first do the Jalandhara Bandha, which is your neck lock, and concentrate on your throat. And then second, you perform the Uddiyana Bandha and focus on the stomach or the abdominal area, lift it, tighten the abdomen, pulling your diaphragm in. Finally, come to the Mola Bandha and contract your anus muscles and remain in this position with all the three bandhas maintained as long as possible, as your breath can be kept out, held without the breath. So as long as you're comfortable. Now when you're not comfortable, just release the bandhas in the same sequence as they were applied. So release your chin lock, and then your abdominal lock, and then your anal lock, and then deeply inhale and return to the starting position. So breathing normally, remain in this position for some more time. So the idea is Mula Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha you can perform in both full inhalation and full exhalation, whereas the Uddiyana Bandha, which is your diaphragm or the abdomen lock, can only be performed with exhalation. With full air in, you cannot perform this. So you can only do this with full exhalation, and that's why with Mahabandha, which involves all the three bandhas at the same time, we do this Mahabandha with a full exhalation only. So we don't perform Mahabandha with inhalation. So to make it more clearer, so do the Mula Bandha with full inhalation, and then that is your chin lock, and then do the abdominal lock with full exhalation, and then do your neck lock, chin lock with your full inhalation, and then do your Mahabandha doing all the three locks at the same time with full exhalation. So inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation. So that's the order that you do for the bandhas. So the bandha idea is to channelize the energy flow and your fresh blood flow, and that kind of stimulates, strengthens, renews and rejuvenates your internal organs, and the circulation is improved, toxins are removed and purified, blockages are released in the energy channels, and your stress is alleviated. So do this bandhas very carefully if you are performing more than once in a day with a proper teacher, so you can get the full benefits of doing these bandhas. So next is we have some test about our union of mind and body. So if you want to check your body can hold this position and stay there without moving for a few seconds, then we could say that a body and mind union has occurred, and that's working fine. So we just do this test by doing some of the poses like that. So now just bend forward and touch your feet as much as possible and hold it tight so you get the complete stretch on your lower back. And your arms are stretched as well. So your arms and shoulders are stretched, your thigh muscles are stretched as well, your calves and your feet. So you can see the full spinal cord is stretched here. If you can't touch the feet, that's absolutely fine. Do as much as you can and get that stretch on your lower back, shoulder, calf and hands. And stay there for some time as much as you can. So now hold the big toes together, using your hands. So just hold it with your big toes and just lift it up and just gaze at the big toes so that your focus is fixed on an object, and stay here in this pose for a few seconds, up to 1 minute if possible. If not, take it easy. So as you can see, without any movement, if we can focus and get this pose for up to a minute, then the union of mind and body is working. You're doing yoga every day. This kind of a test you can do yourself now and then or every day, because it's one of the good yoga that completely stretches your lower back, your arms, your legs, your shoulder, everything. As you can see, it's a good stretch on your spine. and also kind of a test that sees that you're doing the yoga every day. So these are simple alignment, stretching exercises and yogic poses that you can do in your practices. And then finally, just sit down in Vajrasana position and start doing pranayama. There is another separate video on pranayama which you can take a look at this playlist, and enjoy doing pranayama for at least 20 minutes. That gives you all the benefits, followed by 20 minutes of meditation. That kind of gives you a complete yogic yoga completion for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the session and have a lovely day ahead with peace and harmony. See you in another video. Bye.